The world is hungry for healing. Our task is to create the conditions and the dynamics that make healing possible.
Trauma is when a past experience of threat is living and breathing in us now. It is generally unconscious and non-verbal. It's felt. It shows up as sensations, emotions, and relating patterns, and it spreads through families, communities, and cultures. We are really very quick to dole out labels like mental health, and another label I'm not a fan of is the toxic label. Most of our distress and dysfunction that is not resolving with mainstream intervention has an origin of unhealed trauma. And that trauma is contextual and systemic. Just as trauma travels through relationships, so does healing. The presence or absence of love and support is the biggest indicator as to whether our difficult experiences will be metabolized and integrated, or whether they will go on to become unresolved trauma and decontextualize inside us and into the world around us. If we grow up without 3 key ingredients, we experience an existential shift. They are 1, safety, 2, belonging, and 3, authentic expression. Most of us that grew up in dysfunctional families, through experiences of violence or neglect, or in oppressive cultures, did not have access to either 1, 2, or 3 of these things. But the trauma that I experienced then went on to inform the person that I became. My personality, my body, and my relationships. I was an amalgamation of surviving adaptive responses and coping mechanisms. Unconsciously, my mission became about 3 things. 1, survival. 2, belonging. And 3, to hide, to make sure nobody knew how I was really feeling, which was terrified, confused, deeply lonely, and brimming with shame and imposter. All healing work comes back to boundaries. Boundaries are a line in the sand. They are a choice, an intention, and a commitment to realize it. What we can do is understand, acknowledge, and learn how to create compassionate boundaries where we say, I see you and I hear you, but I don't join you in your reality. And the more empowered we are to do this, that's how we become the humans that break the cycle. In order to heal, I had to learn how to listen to the whispers of my body and the calls of my spirit, and not only to listen, but to decode them and to respond to them. In essence, that's all healing is: responsiveness, empathy with more data points. My trauma story is not unique. There are millions of people living similar stories. My journey to heal is unique. Slowly and surely, I managed to build a life for myself full of peace and power, where I could live in ways that were sustainable, authentic, and collaborative. To me, these are the true markers of success. Well-being is success. Internal peace and relational harmony are success. I hope that the words in my book, Why Am I Like This, are the kind that heal and begin to free us from generations of trauma and oppression. But it all starts here with our own healing work. Heal your trauma, change the world.